This is fire scene, which many of you may have seen on a short video where I have the lights and the siren going, and was always wondering what I was going to do with this end of the layout. You can see I still have lots of work to do, but I am going to be integrating that over here, the other side of the shops building, with a scene that looks like some more construction. And then over here, where you can see the GP40s, there's a refueling area. And then I had decided to make a street in between these buildings, and that's where some other fire trucks are coming along. And then you can actually see, and I might have to move it around, the street comes now over here by that building, which is going to allow trucks to back up to. It comes up to this building, which will have a docking station. Right now, trucks are just here in holding positions. And so then I had the street, you had to go around to the front of the building, which will kind of show some work here. And then I decided that the street should go around this mountain, which had been twice as big for the longest time. And you can see the black part temporarily where the street is. And that's the beginning of an electrical station there, substation. But I cut this mountain in half. The mountain had come down, you can see, to about here, right here and along here, and I didn't like that. So I have now constructed, or I cut it down. I built this little beginning of an electrical station, and you can see some wires. I have the power wires have been run. I have to tighten them up. And the street road is going to go all the way down here and through another tunnel, a tunnel that I built specifically for the road. But then I have these towers where the electrical lines are going through, and it goes up to another mountain, which I've just started to do some scenery on. So perhaps in a few weeks or months, or who knows how long in this environment, we will get that a little more finished, and hopefully it will look somewhat like the mountain here, this side of the mountain, where you can actually see the line, the electrical lines just dropped on the ground, and they'll have to be pulled. Got to find some little guys to do that. It's kind of tough. So that, and then I got the lines here. I made it so it's enough so they could continue, and whether or not I put something up on this wall or I just put them up there so it looks like it's continued, I'm not 100% sure. So we'll kind of go around down the other way so you can see how that road will look, and around the building down towards where the fire scene is, emergency scene. And you can see lots of equipment that I'm using to continue building. This is one end of my layout where I took a mountain that had been given to me by the train club Nordell that I belonged to, that was no longer needed, but it didn't have these tunnels, so I built them and added on this little rock structure and this scenery, and had it connected with a coal mine, very popular kit. The water tower was hand built by a friend of ours who was fascinated with the train layout, and she went home and built that one day. So this is my coal area, and has a little bit of an accident over here where the backhoe is picking up the spilled coal and putting it in a truck to be relocated. And here's a little switcher that I had weathered somewhat. And we got a little guy on there. And it continues around and it goes to another area which I have more work to do, but the main lines are in the back. And this is a little industrial area and allows for some switching. Here is the 1954 switcher, the 060 that my friend Bill up the street gave me with all the other old cars. You can see that it's still running. It's running DC on my DCC layout. It always makes that odd humming noise. And I'm not going to run it too much because it probably needs a little bit of maintenance and loving care. I did oil it several years ago after he gave it to me, but it's quite an accomplishment. This is a collection of cars that a friend of mine, Bill, who lives up the street, gave to me a while ago, and I'm now going to be putting them on a separate place on my layout. He last used them in 1954, and they came in the original boxes. So this nickel plate one came in this box here. You can see that. And this reefer came in this one, priced $2.90. And you can see the work on the bottom, that it's wood and these sides are metal and they had to be bent and fit correctly. And even the couplers are a little different. You can see than we have today. Here we go. And then there's a boxcar, and there's a tank car, and there's this hopper car, and there's the box that it came with. And the price on that is $2.95. Bill also gave me an inventory that he and his father had done. And there's the hopper car, which he thought was $2.75. I've kidded him about that because, that 20 cents was an awful lot of money back in 1954. And there's a gondola car you can see here. It says $1.75. And actually, it's still in the box and not put together. And you can see that the price is $1.25. If I can quickly open it up, here we go. I'll show you that I have to put that together. So I'm going to make this a separate display on my layout, which I'm in the process of not really reworking, but doing more scenery work that I've neglected for a long time. But these cars are terrific. I have a couple others, and I have a steam locomotive. It's on this list here as a switcher. You can see it right here is the first one. The 060 switcher and tender, they paid $29 for it. Bill told me that he hadn't run it since 1954. I put it, of course, it's DC. I put it on with DC power, and it ran perfectly. Quite amazing. So I think Bill will get a kick out of this when he sees these things in their special location.
Because of the ongoing COVID situation, the non-member layout tours are on hold until further notice. However, stay tuned for more tours like this one of member layouts. Click the top left of your screen to check out our latest video, or click the circle on the right to subscribe to our channel. Thanks for watching.